Welcome back to another session of Business Accounting, Lesson 7. And today we will look at the ordering, the receiving, and the issuing of inventory. Now remember, the older people used to refer to stock, and stock are those items or material that we will buy in order to produce goods. Now this is only a simple diagram just to show you the flow when we are going to buy stock or then inventory or material. First of all, now this is a diagram of the business. Now we have a production department, then we will have a stores department, we will have a purchasing department, and then outside or external we have the people from whom we will buy, and we call that person the supplier. Now this whole cycle will start with the production department. The production will need certain goods or materials, and they will then ask the stores department for those goods. Remember, there's a lot of paperwork involved. Now, the paperwork or the document that they will issue to the stores department are then called the goods requisition note. Now, the stores department, if they don't have that in stock, they will then issue a purchase requisition note to the purchasing department. The purchasing department must now purchase from the supplier, so they will create a purchase order. And then the supplier will now deliver then to the stores department, and they will send a purchase invoice. And when the stores department receive these goods, they will issue the goods to the production department. We will now look at all these documents, what is meant with all these documents, and in the flow of the document. Now, why is it important that we must have controls in place when we order or when we purchase material? Now, first of all, we need these controls because when we purchase, we need to know that we purchase only the necessary items and that we place orders from appropriate suppliers after we considered the price and the delivery details. And then when we receive these goods, we must check whether we ordered it and whether it's the correct quantity, quality, and then also the prices. Now, to do all of these, we need to have some paperwork. Now, let's look at the production department. We said that if they need some material, they will issue a goods or a material requisition order to the stores department. So the document that you will see from the production department to the stores department is then the goods or material requisition order. Now, what do you think will be on this order? They will say exactly what they need and how much they need. So the item will be there, the description of the item, and also the quantity of the item. Now, when the stores department now received this goods requisition note, if they don't have these items in stock or in the store, let's say they have this material in store, then they will only issue it to the production department. But let's say they don't have this material in store. Now they will issue another document, and we call this document a purchase requisition. So they basically require or request the purchasing department to purchase this material. Now, what do you think will be stated on this document? Again, a clear description of the goods, and then also the quantity of the goods required. And this will be sent to the purchasing department. Now, the purchasing department will now issue a purchase order. They will now look for suppliers, the most appropriate supplier, and then they will place an order with one of the suppliers. And what will be on this document? Again, a clear description of the goods and then also the quantity of the goods. So purchasing department issue a purchase order to purchase from the external supplier. Now the external supplier will now deliver these goods to the stores department, and they will attach a purchase invoice and also a delivery note when they send the goods to the stores department. Stores department then receive the delivery note from the supplier. Normally someone at the stores department will sign this delivery note. They will keep the original, and the copy of the delivery note will go back to the supplier. Then the stores department will now issue a goods received note where they will say this is what we received and these were the quantities that we received, and we received it from this supplier on this date and this time. And these two documents will now go to the purchase department. But sometimes a supplier will deliver goods and you are not satisfied with these items. Then the stores department will issue a credit note and they will return the goods to the supplier. Now the last step will be the goods received note that the stores department will send to the purchasing department. The purchasing department will attach it to the purchase order. Remember, they issued the purchase order, and when they have all these documents and they see that they actually ordered these goods, it's the correct quantity, it's the correct quality, then they can pay the invoice. Now this is the cycle of the documents that you will expect to see with a manufacturer. Just to recap this lesson, we looked at the cycle that we will follow when we need to purchase goods. We looked at the different departments and also the different documents that we will issue or that we will receive, and then the last one where we pay the invoice.